2. How we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of YoHoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today's Wednesday, February 25th, and we have a 6-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and let you know which sides I like, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. Recap of yesterday. Decent overall, considering I knew it would be a tougher card. I went 5-6 on the 11 games. It came down to Luka going over his points prop, but the way he was playing last night, the guy could barely shoot a gun. He went 8 for 24 from the field, scoring just 22 points, and that was my 6th loss, making it a slightly losing day for me. I'm now 81-55 on every game played in February. Let's finish the month strong and keep the positive momentum rolling. In our first matchup tonight, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder in Detroit taking on the Detroit Pistons. Pistons are minus 320 on the money line, and the total is 219.5. The Thunder come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from Toronto to Detroit. They surprised me getting the dominant win over the Raptors last night, but I will say no rest. Flying in from Canada is a tough spot. Jalen Williams, SGA, and AJ Mitchell are all ruled out, so I think tonight the Pistons smell blood in the water and take every opportunity to beat up on their rivals in the West. Both of these teams are number one in their respective divisions for a reason, but missing the MVP and his right-hand man has to make a difference in my mind. The Pistons are used to getting beat up by the Thunder. I think they return the favor tonight. I'm taking the Pistons laying the 8 as my first selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the San Antonio Spurs in Toronto taking on the Toronto Raptors. Spurs are minus 290 on the money line, and the total is 229.5. The Raptors come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, but no travel as they remain at home. They lost to the Thunder last night with half their team ruled out, and all of Toronto's starters played well over 30 minutes. The Spurs come into this one rested and at full strength. They should blow the doors off the Raptors tonight. Huge talent gap, and Toronto's just 4-6 against the spread on the second leg of back-to-backs. I'm taking the Spurs laying the 7.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors in Memphis taking on Memphis Grizzlies. Warriors are minus 180 on the money line, and the total is 228. The Dubs come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from New Orleans to Memphis. They lost outright to the Pelicans last night, and all of their available guys played extended minutes, so I expect rest to play a factor. Steph Curry is still ruled out. I don't know if I can count on Moses Moody and Podziemski to win this game by more than a bucket on the road. The last time these two teams played was on February 9th. That game was in Golden State, and the Warriors won it 114-113, a 1-point win. Steph was also sitting then, so I think it's a decent example of what we can expect tonight. The Grizzlies are obviously playing through injuries themselves, but that's been the case all season, and we've seen them compete, especially in Memphis. I'm taking the Grizzlies plus a 4 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Sacramento Kings in Houston taking on Houston Rockets. Rockets are minus 950 on the money line, and the total is 222. We cashed with both of these teams on Monday. The Kings handled the Grizzlies in Memphis, while the Rockets dominated the Jazz in Houston. Obviously, the Rockets should win this game, but a 14-point spread with Amen Thompson out is kind of crazy to me. I get that the Kings have been bad, but they're getting a good amount of their lineup back healthy. With Malik Monk and Keegan Murray playing, I wouldn't be floored if they won this game outright. We know the Rockets stay giving up upsets. I'm taking the Kings plus a 14 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers in Milwaukee taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Cavs are minus 360 on the money line, and the total is 227.5. Both teams come into this one on the second leg of back-to-backs. The Cavs fly in from Cleveland, while the Bucks remain at home. Both got dominant wins last night, and I would say the rest factor is about even. You guys know I've been really high on Cleveland since James Harden joined the team, but this is the exact spot we've ran into trouble betting with the Cavs throughout the season. They should win this game, but I don't know if I can expect a double-digit win against a red-hot team like the Bucks. Cleveland has more talent on the floor, but we've seen them fall flat, specifically when everyone thinks they should show up. I'm a little torn either way, but in my mind, I think it's wiser to grab this many points with the Bucks. I'm taking Milwaukee plus 8.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Boston Celtics in Denver taking on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are minus 160 on the money line, and the total is 228.5. The Celtics come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from Phoenix to Denver. They got the dominant win over the Suns last night, which we were on, but this is definitely a taller order tonight. Jamal Murray is listed as questionable, so I want to see if he plays, but rather than taking a side, I'm looking at a prop. The Celtics are lacking in size, so this is an easy play for me. I'm taking Nikola Jokic to go over 21.5 rebounds and assists. He averages 12.5 rebounds, so against a smaller team like Boston, he's easily going for 14, and we know he's typically a pass-first center. I played this one against the Warriors in their last game, and he went for 32. I see a similar outcome tonight. Lock it in. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. 81, 55, and 1 on every game played this month. Let's finish it with a bang. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace.